I was born September 1st, 1977. I couldn't read at the time, which is a shame because I really think it would have helped me out a lot. But you don't want to hear about a troubled childhood filled with heartache and misadventures in a mystical land of dragons and trolls, so I'll move on. My life has been, in many ways, defined by the books I have read, once I learned to read, of course. My earliest memories of being literate take me back to sitting under the Giving Tree with Shel Silverstein. Never let this guy anywhere near your kids. Almost none of his poems end happily. In fact, they're pretty dark. Besides, look at him. They should put a warning label on his books, written by a creepy-looking mug. I don't recall having a love for reading until the 5th grade, when Linda Camper, my AG teacher, introduced us to the fantastic possibilities of literature. We read An Occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge, Shakespeare, A Midsummer Night's Dream, if I remember correctly, and so many others. I learned that literature was fun and told the most wonderful stories, and I wished I could do that. In 7th grade, my social studies teacher, Denise Yelton, let me write my first real story as a project for her class. It was a coming-of-age tale about a young Native American boy. It was violent and shocking stuff, especially for a 7th grader. I called it The Cry of the Blood Wolf, and I have no idea what happened to it. I wish I still had it. Let's pause for a moment of silence in remembrance of this long-lost masterpiece. In high school, I had the chance to help create the literary magazine, and we called it Fragmented Utopia. I guess that's a reflection of our teen angst. At the same time, a good friend, Shauna, she introduced me to The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, one of my secret loves. I was a little weird anyway, and when I realized that literature could be that funny, it changed my whole worldview. It changed my sense of humor, too. Then I read the Dragonlance novels. Wow. I mean, I know they're popular fiction based off of Dungeons & Dragons gaming sessions that got written down. But oh my goodness, I've never enjoyed anything so much. Not movies, not TV, nothing. Since then, I've read dozens of their books. After high school, I became a Christian and was introduced to the book that's changed my life more than anything else, the Bible. More than any other book that I've ever read, this one's become a part of me. I read it every day. I've read it through a few times. I kind of lose count because I jump around a little bit. But it's become the guiding force of my life. I can't imagine what life would be like without it. And for this book, I'm more grateful than any other book I've ever read. Now, after finishing high school, I kind of bounced around a lot in life, but there are a few experiences that stand out that bear mentioning in my literary memoirs. I worked as a teacher's assistant for a 5th grade class for a while, and I decided to go back to school because I had so much fun teaching kids about vocabulary and learning. When I went to the community college, my English professor, Laureen Smith, she had such a love for language and teaching that she inspired me to pursue the goal of being an English teacher. My newly rekindled love for English led me to some of the most important books of my life, my own. You see, over the past year while I'm pursuing my degree as an English teacher, I've nearly completed a trilogy of novels. They're high fantasy like my beloved Dragonlance or Lord of the Rings, but they've taught me a newfound respect for authors and the work they put into their creation. Now, it's been a long journey from birth to the place I am now, but I can't wait to see what's going to happen next. I feel like I really know who I am. I can look back at all the books that have changed my life over the course of the many years and all the reading I've done, and if I have any regrets, it's that I haven't read more. But I'm fixing that. I can't wait to see what's waiting for me on the next page of my journey.